Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vinnie here, and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to install a steel window well along the side of my house. So right over here is everything we're going to use today. So we'll start over here at the window well. We have a steel area window well. It's 37 by 12 by 12, and it's the straight version. On top of that is called the economy bubble window well cover, and we're doing this because I don't plan to put a drain under this window well, so we just don't want water to be sitting down there. So for right now, we're going to use a window well cover. This is 39 by 13 by 15, and as you guys can see, it does have a lot of room and play, so it can fit over this, and it's adjustable a little bit if it sits, you know, further away from the house. Like I could show you right here, I just have one bolt holding this in on both sides, and that's, you know, flush against the house. And then temporarily we got this just taped up here, and you can see how there's a lot of room. So once this is all said and done, I'm gonna push this back and, you know, keep it all tight up against the wall here. That's just why these are made, I think, a little bit bigger, just because you want the rain to drain over it. As far as the tools, we have an impact gun, drill. You're gonna want a masonry bit if you're going into cinder block like we are. Otherwise, if it's just wood exterior, you can use a normal drill bit. On the end, we have a 5/16 hex socket like that, and that's going to be used to drill in our Tapcon bolts. The Tapcon bolts I'm using are 1/4 inch by 2 3/4. Then we have, I don't have the box for this, but it's a 1/4 inch washer. So fully built, it should look like this. And then of course we have our stainless steel 5/16 of an inch by 1.5 inches. That's all gonna be the hardware that we're using to bolt these window wells up against the house. We're gonna have 3 holes on both sides that we're gonna do. So we're gonna need 6 of these total. 6 bolts, 6 washers, and 6 other washers. And that will hold that window well tight up against the house. Other than that, behind these edges, the ears on either side, where it's gonna get sealed against the house, just gonna use some of this ultra clear DAP sealant. It's a waterproof sealant. I've used it before, it works great. It does stink, but we're outside, so it doesn't matter. And that's gonna be, like I said, along these edges here. And that's just basically gonna prevent all this dirt that we end up piling up here from going and intruding down under the window or behind these edges, because we're going to use that sealant everywhere. And then along the bottom of this, we just plan to fill the dirt to the bottom level under this windowsill, and then we're going to put a little bit of drainage rocks. The plan here is with this cover to not have any water there, but just in case, use some of those rocks, so in the instance that there may be water, it can slowly drain its way away from the window. But yeah, other than that, the only other things you're gonna need is a Sharpie, maybe a knife. Definitely gonna want to level, a caulk gun for your sealant, tape measure, and I'm just using some painter's tape to hold up that economy bubble window well cover. So basically your first step here is I got some extra blocks, or you could use wood, whatever you need to hold up your window well to the location that you want it. And this is where I ended up finding that I wanted the steel window well, and that's also partially because I wanted this top economy bubble window well cover to sit up against this siding, the overhanging part. I want to go right under that, so that's for when it rains, it will just continuously drain down and it won't get behind this, because if I had put this lip up high up here, then you're just asking for water to come down the siding, get right behind this, and then fill up inside of your window well, which is not what you want, especially if you're not running a drain under this window well. We just want to make sure all the water stays away. So basically what we did was, you find where you want your window well to sit, you're going to get your level, put that right on the middle, and you're looking to make sure that this looks level and everything, which we did. We found it was level. Just get your Sharpie and you're going to mark the holes on the side of the house or the siding, wherever you're drilling that. And then you're going to take your drill, and we drilled our 3 holes. And then I just started to put our bolts in. I put one in on the top over here, one in the top on the other side, just to hold it. And then I'm checking my level again. Now I'm not going to tighten these all the way down until I get all 6 of my bolts in. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so all of our holes are drilled. We're going to be putting these Tapcon bolts in here. All right, so we got all of our bolts in on both sides. What I want to do here is I want to make sure I'm checking my level. We'll put our level on here. I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want for this level. It's nice, it has magnets. So if you're working with metal like this, you know, it can hold itself however you want it. But it sits good up here, and you'll just center that, and then you're gonna check your bubble. Make sure it looks level. Once we got one side level, we're gonna tighten one side, and then we'll go ahead, double check our level, tighten the other side, and then we can finally fully bolt it in. Another thing to mention, I wanted to make sure, because this window well is wider than our window clearly, and we wanted to make sure that it was pretty centered with the window. A bunch of ways of doing it. What I did was measured from this outer ear of the window well to the inside of the trim right there, which is just about 5 inches. So I did that, and I think I actually measured 4 3/4 before, but yeah, so 4 3/4, about 4 3/4 on this side as well. So I did that to make sure I was pretty centered. We're gonna double check that now. I'm gonna double check that we're level, and then we will go ahead and bolt this tight. And I also have this tape just holding the economy bubble here for now, but I'm gonna use another piece temporarily to tape that up, hold it out of our way, and everything looks level and straight. And then right before I go to bolt these down, I'm gonna use some of this ultra clear sealant, and we'll put some right back behind all of this stuff here. Now you can optionally cut the siding out here. We're not too worried about our siding because we're gonna replace a lot of this eventually anyways. So for right now, we're just gonna go right over top of it. All right, and so let's get this going. Now this is probably gonna squeeze out when we're all done, but no big deal. It dries clear, you can wipe it off. Also gonna go ahead and hit the inside. And then once we tighten this fully flat, we'll go back over and clean everything up. Just to give us a rough idea, we like this. This looks good. This is pretty centered. Like the height of that. And this tucks up nice right under your siding. Flip that up for right now. Still looking perfectly level. And now we're gonna bolt it straight in. All right, so as you bolt that in on the first one, it might pull just a little bit. So you're gonna check your level, and we look pretty good. So that side I just brought up a tiny bit using the cinder blocks that are under it, or the paver bricks. So now we're gonna bolt this down. And we're checking our level still. Cool, and everything looks good so far, so we'll continue. We can move these blocks out of the way because we just want to make sure it's going to tighten up level and not get too bent one way or the other. All right, so that's fully bolted on. Again, you just want to double check your level. We're looking pretty damn square right there, so we're looking good, and this is just what the edges look like. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in some sealant on both sides, wipe it up, clean it up, and then we should be good to go. I'm actually gonna pack this in tight with my finger, try to press it back in there as well. What I'm basically doing is just making sure this is tight packed in there, and we don't want any air bubbles. All right, and that looks pretty good. We have some gaps behind these washers because, like I said, we didn't cut our siding or anything, but if you want, you could probably put a little bit of this stuff up there. Probably won't hurt. Again, a lot of this is gonna get covered, so you're not really gonna see it. So yeah, that's pretty much how we do it. Alrighty, and this is what our window well looks like when it's pretty much fully installed. So the last step's gonna be really to bolt this bubble cover over top of it. I'm not gonna actually install this yet in the video because we're gonna add a ton of dirt, and I wanna be able to get inside of here to add stones, drain stones and everything. But I will show you how to do it really fast. And the way that I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna find the center of where I want this thing to be. I'll put a little mark right up at the top center, and then I'll also maybe put like a mark under the siding where you really can't see it, but just so I know where it's gonna line up. And then once that's good, I'll pull this whole bubble cover off. I'm gonna do a bead of sealant along the top edge, right along the backing part of here, and then probably down a couple inches down to here or so. And then I'm gonna leave the rest of it open. And same thing, come down maybe, you know, 3 inches, 4 inches with sealant. Then once that's good, push it up tight against the house like this, up against the siding, and you want that flat edge to be tucked as tight as you can up under the siding. And then what I'm gonna use, I think, is going to be just some type of screw. We have self-tapping screws. Got like 1 inch, I got 1.5 inches, and I think I got 1/2 inch somewhere else. Really, whatever kind of screws you got, preferably some type of stainless steel or something that is outdoor rated will be the best, because, you know, clearly the elements will be taking their toll on them. So once we are ready to bolt this thing up, I'm just gonna drill a couple holes through wherever I want to do it. I'll probably do like 4 across the top, and then maybe 1 on each side. It doesn't have to be overkill for that, because, you know, you may need to remove this one day and you don't want to have to go crazy trying to get it out. And then if this becomes any type of issue here, this lip hanging over, if I wanted it to be a certain way, I can also drill a hole right through the steel and through this plastic bubble cover, and then just use a zip tie. And then that'll just be kind of like a temporary but permanent solution to getting this to hold itself up straight and stay tight, so no wind or anything can move this around. I'll show you guys in another video later on once this is complete. All right guys, and that's pretty much it. That's how you install a steel window well along some type of basement window like this, as well as the plastic window well cover. I hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, please leave me a like. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. I get back to you. And if you're looking for more of this type of content, then hit that subscribe button, because there'll be plenty more videos coming your way. I appreciate you guys sticking through with me on this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.